You can call it the crackdown down under. A different kind of detective is on the beat at the Olympic Games, the kind that corporate sponsors like. Liz Clayman, as you know, is at the Olympics in Sydney with more. Liz.
Olympic shopping can be a sport in and of itself, and when you buy officially licensed items like these, hats and t-shirts, you are actually getting a souvenir along with the price. It is the DNA of an Olympic athlete from Australia that's been swabbed on all of the tags of this officially licensed clothing. It's part of an anti-counterfeiting combat device put out by the Olympic Committee. Come along with us as we follow the logo cops.
There's quite a few people down here this morning.
He looks like a typical tourist walking the streets of Sydney's Chinatown, but this mild-mannered Aussie is no tourist. He's actually a DNA detective of sorts. Ken Taylor and his assistant spend their days checking to see if Olympic merchandise is counterfeit. Their method? Scanning tags to see if the DNA of an Olympic athlete is detected on the label.
That's okay, the DNA code's there.
As bizarre as it sounds, it seems to be working.
These pins aren't licensed. These pins are copies.
As this surveillance video shows, the DNA technology worked to bust this man who was allegedly selling these counterfeit pins.
So far we've seized about around about 1,000, maybe 1,100 counterfeit pins. The Sydney Olympic Committee, using DNA and putting a program in place like this, has solved a lot of problems.
Problems like those faced during the Atlanta Games, where counterfeiting was rampant because the Olympic logo could so easily be copied. So in 1996, the Olympic Committee hired Los Angeles-based DNA Technologies. The company has patented a virtually counterfeit-proof ink mark which contains a person's genetic code. Olympic brand protection manager Catherine McGill says it was the committee's idea to use the DNA of an Australian Olympic athlete.
That was, I think, really part also of a marketing strategy.
Ron Taylor is managing director of DNA Technologies.
What we first do is take a buccal swab from inside the cheek cells, just take some DNA cells. They add in additional DNA to mask the code as well, and then that's mixed into inks, dyes, resins. We've just got a mark that's hidden on there. Once we hit that mark, it sets off our scanner, as you can see there.
A complicated process, but the committee has good reason to use it. An official t-shirt sells for $20. This jacket, $150. And people are literally lining up at the doors and cash registers to buy this stuff. It's estimated that total sales will reach $700 million. The Olympic Committee gets up to 20% of that.
The DNA program has been a very good success. Basically, people are aware the products are marked with the DNA sticker, and it's impossible to counterfeit it.
And so far, counterfeiting has been much less of a problem during the Sydney Games than in Atlanta, in part because of advanced warnings of the DNA tagging and the vigilance of the DNA detectives. And it seems like you'd need to do some really sophisticated detective work to find out just exactly which Australian athlete donated the DNA. Anybody who knows certainly isn't talking or giving up that secret. Back to you.